to Optimus Prime, our meeting isn't scheduled to start for another 30 minutes. I roll my eyes. Leave it to Jensen Callaway to make me feel like I'm late, even when I'm early. I let out a small huff of annoyance and settle into my chair, making sure to push my snacks out of the range of the camera and turn off the episode of Forensic Cases that's been playing in the background before answering the call. Mr. Callaway, I say, slipping my glasses on as my boss's face lights up the screen. Is everything okay? Our meeting isn't due to start for another half hour. My breathing turns shallow as steel blue eyes meet my curious gaze, and as usual, I lose all rational thought as I'm assaulted with the absolute perfection that is Jensen Callaway. I take a second to admire him as I pretend to arrange things on my desk. His curly raven hair should seem at odds with the broad planes of his muscular body and the sharp, angular features of his face, but instead, it softens his features just enough that you forget that some angels are destined to fall.
Miss Bowman, are you even listening to me?
His rumbly voice snaps me out of my thoughts, even as my tits perk up at the sound of his voice. Traitorous sluts. We're supposed to be professional, and already I've apparently missed something important. I'm sorry, Mr. Callaway, my thoughts are a little scattered. I've been on the phone all morning trying to ensure we have everything in place for our return to the office next week, I say, taking a sip of my coffee. You were saying something about the projected financials for the secret seller proposition? He arches a brow.
I assumed we were all set on that front. Anything I should be aware of before we head back to in-person?
I shake my head. Nope. The head of the maintenance department assures me that the building will be sanitized one last time this weekend, and HR confirmed that the new regulations have been accepted by all of the employees. It should be back to work as usual Monday morning.
It sounds like you have everything under control,
he says, and I nod my agreement.
Well, then let's get to it. I want to hammer out some of the finer details of the secret seller deal before the California team joins the call.
Of course. Are we waiting for Mr. Donahue to join us? I ask, pulling out my iPad so I can multitask like a boss.
Weren't you the one who brought this proposition to me?
He asks, his face betraying none of his emotions. Yeah. I clear my throat. Yes, sir, I did.
Then why the fuck would we need Carrie?
He growls. I clench my thighs together, ignoring the way hearing that deliciously sinful word falling from his lips makes me feel, and straighten my glasses. We don't. Nobody knows this project better than me, I say with confidence. I may be a hot mess in my personal life, but I'm damn good at my job and not afraid to own that shit. Besides, this secret seller wine acquisition is my baby. No one wants this deal more than I do. In fact, if all goes well, I'll be getting more than just a gold star for a good job on the sale. If I play my cards right, I'll get to run the place, too.
Good. Let's get to work.
I nod, logging into the secure server, and dive in. The next few hours pass in a blur of meetings. I barely have time to scarf down a bowl of ramen between video conferences, and by the time our final meeting rolls around, I'm more than ready for my last weekend of freedom.
I'll need a few days to look over the latest proposal with my attorney,
Jensen says as we wrap the last meeting of the day. There are half a dozen others on the call, and every one of them looks as ready to be done as I am. The only one who looks sharp is Paolo, the grandson of the winery seller. He's watched attentively as the winery's lawyer and Jensen have gone back and forth for the previous hour, asking intuitive questions about all of the flagged items in the contract. Finally, it seems like they're done. Jensen sits back in his chair, apparently satisfied with the final item negotiated.
Please inform Mr. Colucci that Miss Bowman will be in touch with our availability next week.
I scribble furiously, making a note to check his packed calendar before tuning back into the meeting.
Very well,
Paolo Colucci says.